let me tell you another story about the last of our protagonists. We can move swiftly over the Selkies. They're not nearly as interesting as they think they are. They come from old legends of the sea, and those lost at sea and found at sea, and the surprising mercy that the sea can sometimes show, but generally doesn't. They are seals when they are in the sea, and then changeling human-like when they come on land, because they literally wear a different skin. They step out from the sea onto the land by taking off the skin of the seal, which they have to carry with them at all times if they want to keep it safe. Because if their skin is stolen, they cannot do any changeling magic anymore. They're cut off from some of our greatest birthrights until they find their skin once more. And at the end of their lives, they don't fade out like others might do. Instead, they have to pass on their skin to another one, and that is how they are reborn. Sometimes, very rarely, their skin is destroyed. It's very difficult to do so, but it sometimes happens. And if that happens, story's over. They're dead. There will be no more rebirth. So yeah, they're kind of protective of their skins. Oh, the Sluagh. Interesting, fascinating, very, very hard to get a handle on. They're secretive, pale. They come from dreams of death and of decay. And they live underground in dark places. They collect lost lore and lost secrets. They have a fascination for it. Some of the greatest historians of the Fae are among them. And they spy and they listen. It's hard to get one to be your friend, but if they do, they will know so much. And they will tell you so much. And they will whisper it to you very quietly. Because whatever else they can do, they cannot shout and they cannot talk. That is their curse. That is what binds them. They cannot say anything above a whisper. And now we get to an interesting breed. The trolls. These ones don't lurk under bridges or on internet forums. They are the fighters, the stoic warriors. They come from dreams of battle, honor, and victory. They are full of honor. All of them almost are seelie, because the honor is their way of life. I pity them too. And what's more to say? They're not stupid, but they're dull. They fight. They're all over the place. In times of war, they are the ones who make the stories. Or rather, the stories revolve around them. Most heroes, when you get down to it, are a little bit dull. Their enemies or their assistants often have the better stories, and the events around them have the even better stories. Well, that's the troll. They fight, and the story wraps itself around them. Incredibly stubborn, huge, and completely ran out of anything more to say about them. You've been waiting for this, I can tell you. Our leaders, the Sidhe. Yes, Sidhe. Spelled Sidhe. I don't know. Ask some Irish philologist about why. Anyway, the Sidhe. The ones who abandoned us. Our leaders who went back to Arcadia and left us here to die in the autumn world. No, we're not bitter in any way. But you might say, why are they still leaders? Why are they still nobles? Well, it's a bit more complicated than it seems. We're all born of dreams. They are born of dreams of leadership, literally. Dreams of leaders and dreams of leadership. They are, much as it pains me to admit it, mainly just better at leading than any of us are. So there's a sort of natural tendency towards feudalism when they returned. We don't like them, we don't forgive them for abandoning us, but in many cases they kind of make better leaders and just move to the top of the hierarchy. They are beautiful. Think Tolkien's elves. They are beautiful, wondrous, and never ridiculous. Try as you might, and I have tried, you can't put them in a ridiculous or humiliating circumstances, no matter how many banana peels or buckets on top of doors you leave in their path. More interesting are the autumn Sidhe. The ones I told you about are the Arcadian Sidhe. They went away, then they came back, and they developed the Arcadian way of just punching a human soul out of its body and taking over. But now, except for the ones who live in the freeholds and are at the risk of bedlam, they're growing old, and they don't know how to survive. So many of them are embracing the changeling way, and there are many learning it from the autumn Sidhe. These are the leaders who never abandoned us. They stayed with us. They did not flee to Arcadia. They've earned a minimum of respect. Of course, I'll still try and undermine them whenever I get the opportunity, but in a more respectful and friendly way. This is the autumn Sidhe, and their leadership style is a lot more down to earth and practical. They're beautiful too, but less ethereal. You'll just sort of think less sort of supermodel or Tolkien's elf and just rather, wow, they're hot. There are many other Kiths. I'll give you a few names. The Gilly-Doo, the Merfolk, the Witch-Tell, the Walpentinger. I'm not going to tell you what they do or who they are. You go out. You find them for once.